Hello.
Hello.
Dawn's just adding her plastic water bottle water to her Dunkin'
plastic
plastic
cup
water bottle.
I don't want to use my tap water. That's why.
I don't
Okay.
blame
But
you.
you can't drink out of a bottle.
Well, yeah, you couldn't drink from the bottle you're pouring from.
No, I'm already using my cup. Fuck off.
Well, were you
It's my-
using your cup off before adding the water?
No, it's my water cup. Listen, leave me alone. Let me drink my water in peace.
Stop being so
You
mean to
bully-ass
me.
bitches.
I didn't mean to be mean. I was just curious.
Well, I'm explaining. It's my water cup, and we fill it with the H2O. Okay.
From any source.
Not tap
No.
water.
No,
Yeah,
not tap.
no, dip it in the
Filtered.
toilet. It's fine.
Sometimes, only when in prison.
Only in the back of the toilet. Not the
Mhm.
front of the toilet.
Yeah, not the toilet bowl. Like
No, the back.
Oh, Brando, it has what toilets need. It has what toilets crave.
So I did want to briefly touch on the fact that we are all wrong about the American election. So that
Which
kind of
is crazy because everybody I know that's American was like voting for Camilla. Like, I don't
Kamala.
know.
I knew some people I was unsure of who they were voting for up until like 2 days before, so I unfollowed them on all social medias. I think a part of it is because we tend to hang out with people that have our same beliefs.
Yeah, because I do delete everybody who's like, you know.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned about the election is the American people only give a fuck about money. That is the bottom dollar.
And all of them are
baseline.
so poor. I
They're
just
not-
want to put that.
Well,
But
that's
they
why
were
they care
promised-
about money. But like, just on top of that, I just want to say one thing on top of that. Yes, the economy, they like 70% or something rated the economy as like an important issue, but then they vote for the guy that's gonna wreck the economy.
because they don't understand how the economy works. And all he had to say is tax break, and that's as far as they listen. Oh, and they're racist, so immigration. That was how he sold it. He conned them.
Tariffs.
And he did it beautifully. I hate to say it, but he did. He knows his people. He knows how they work. The Democrats had no shot. There was no shot. Unless
Well, it's because they were
said,
capitulating to the right. Like if they hadn't gave anything to their base, but they gave nothing to their base. They literally put Republicans beside them, like Liz Cheney, and we're like, yeah, we're on the same side. See, and it's like, okay, you can't both say democracy is at stake if you vote Republican, and also be like, oh, see, Republicans, we work with you. The wall is a good idea, which is what their camp was saying. It's like,
they
what
were
the
showing
fuck?
clips of Donald Trump, like gotcha moments, and like why they know who they're voting for. They know he's racist. They didn't care. It was pointless to show his rallies because they didn't care. They don't. It was just. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
fine.
It is
He
what
only
it
has
is.
4 years. He'll be okay.
Only if he doesn't like change anything to make it so that he has more than 4 years.
Amendment where you can run again.
No, you're only
So-
allowed in the state. You're allowed a total of 8 years.
Yes, unless he changes to the 22nd Amendment.
Oh, I didn't hear
means-
the part you said.
Yeah.
Unless he changes it.
And since he has the House, the Senate, the presidency, fucking stacked. It could
The
happen.
Supreme Court, you know, he has
The Supreme Court.
everything.
It's
The fact that he hasn't gone to prison yet for anything.
He's not going to. Everything's going to be washed away in this pregnancy.
His
It's
sentencing
as bad
was
as a
supposed to be next
pregnancy.
month, but the DOJ literally said they're now winding down on the case because they're fucked.
Well, because the
They're
Supreme
fucked.
Court had already passed the if you do this while you're president, you're immune.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as president, they can't really prosecute.
He's president-elect until
January
fucking matter.
20th. He'll be, you know.
Yep.
But
He's-
oh, sorry, go.
No, it's not going to matter because they won't want to go against him. You know what? I wish this was alcohol now.
Okay, the most important part of the US election isn't even the president, it's the fucking down ballot votes, because that is what changes your day to day. And I just want to say California had slavery, like to get rid of slavery on their fucking down ballot, and it didn't pass. So like if that, like that's fucking terrible. On top of that, housing to create more fixed rents or whatever, that didn't pass. And then in Florida, they've had an abortion vote. The abortion vote voted 57% to increase like their, because they only have the 6-week abortion ban right now, to increase it to 24 weeks, which obviously doesn't solve the problem, but makes it better if you have an ectopic pregnancy, that kind of stuff. It got 57% of the vote, so more than 50%. You'd think it would pass, right? No, because just like a couple years ago or last year, Florida put in place that it has to reach 60% before it'll change.
And it was only at 57.
So that's democracy for you folks.
It doesn't really feel like much democracy anymore, you know?
It never was. With the Electoral College and first past the post and these bullshit voting rules. Stupid.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. Because, yeah. And, like, you see people on the internet, regardless of, like, who you know, and still a lot of people were like, I don't know. I blame Biden. He should have stepped down way before. So it's his fault.
One, it's coming.
We play the blame game. All we want. We could say it could have done this, could have changed, that could have changed. And I don't think so.
It just came out today that inside when Biden was like getting ready to run and stuff, it did come out via polls early on that wasn't shared publicly, that if he had have ran, Trump would have got 400 seats, like 400 electoral college votes. And Biden still went forward. So it was like, you can blame him a bit. Yeah, I feel like, and like he didn't help. He didn't help Harris's campaign at all. He actually made it worse anyway.
So there's something wrong with his brain, like lack of oxygen or something, because like he went downhill real fast.
84 or something, like.
Yeah, he's got Swiss cheese brain.
Trump is 78. Like he's gonna be like 80. He's gonna be Biden's age when he like finishes this term. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he like elects one of his kids to like take over,
like a dictatorship.
Like, that's what he said.
That's exactly what he wants.
I am now king, and my firstborn son shall be king. But then he will marry my
daughter because my sons are fucking cokeheads. I can't trust them.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what
cokeheads. Donald Jr. He doesn't like Eric. That's his least favorite son.
Yeah, but it was Don Jr. that like chose Vance for him and stuff, and that didn't really help things. I don't think. Like,
it didn't harm.
Trump probably would have done even better if he had a better VP.
Elon Musk is actually going to be the vice, and like they're just using JD Vance as like the face of it. But I think it's Elon Musk.
I think he's going to put Musk in charge of defense. He's putting fucking what's his face Kennedy in charge of health, the anti-vaxxer Kennedy. So he's gonna put obviously Elon Musk in charge of defense. That just makes sense to me.
Like the crazy world it is.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, I can make weapons.
Can you imagine he's the one that defunds the education?
Well, they were already defunding it because in 2016 Trump put the one woman in charge of education who like owned private schools. So like yeah, that's exactly it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, guys.
On a happier note, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say my one favorite thing about the elections is like the wife's. All of a sudden, she came back. Like I just like you saw her the other day, she was depressed, and then like he won, and she was all happy again, and she's not wearing her glasses or anything. Like
I don't think she's happy. I think she now has 4 more years of decorating for Christmas, and that's
she hates that. I would have been sad for her, but like I just like it's so hilarious that like his token whatever, who's like from another country. not to be seen the last 4 years. And then like the 2 days before voting, finally, but she's wearing like grieving clothing. And then she wasn't wearing like any of her like fancy dresses she usually wears. She was wearing like a pantsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe she's a robot.
I think she's trying to like show strength, you know.
Unity.
And like
Wow,
like
they
it was
seem really unified with him.
oh, they were trying to win the white woman vote and keep the white woman vote because abortion really ruined some white women's plans. So, like the taking away of it. But they kept most of it. So they like instead they got
kept a lot of it.
Yeah. It's so sad. I'm so sorry from us white women. We're the worst.
Yes, but if you need to come visit your cousin for
they can get
whatever, and then you have a doctor visit, that's fine. Like, no, you didn't. Like, come visit. And I'm pretty sure
they better get their passport soon because that's probably going to go away too.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear about the RCMP? What they're doing?
No, what are they doing?
They're like, oh, our borders. Oh my gosh! Because of like people fleeing the states, right? There's a lot of like refugees and everything who are living in tents at the moment because there's nowhere for them to go. That like came here for asylum from the country they just went to for asylum. You know, like it's.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, we're gonna stop it and we're gonna bust them back or whatever bullshit. Like, dude, like,
yeah, that's the same shit they said in the US. Like, it always just comes here like 6 months later.
It's just like, you know, like, and like a lot of people don't understand, like, oh, these refugees are getting hotels. No, they're like right there on the news in tents. Someone's like helping their kid with homework.
They're in
a tent,
abandoned motels. Well, they're not abandoned. They're just like rundown motels.
Oh yeah,
and the government's paying for them to be housed there, but not much. Don't worry, it's not like they're
They
getting.
get
like,
TV dinners, like
if that. They get vending machine food.
Yeah, it's like terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, well, and that was, and the point is like people just like buy into that whole like all of these immigrants are getting more than us, and they do the same thing in the States, like with illegal immigrants, which is really just, you know, people that are working there without proper paperwork, and like all these people pay into the tax system but cannot receive benefits because they do not have the proper paperwork. They are illegal. If they say anything to their boss just calls ICE on them. And many big corporations have done that because it's like a slap on the wrist for them. Like, they don't care. They'll just get ship in more. And so that's why I always like laugh when like these people are like, yeah, these illegal migrants are taking all of our social security. And, well, if they're taking your jobs, blame the corporation for paying them $2 an hour. Like, you want to work for $2 an hour.
Like, fuck, they don't want to run convenience stores. They don't want to drive Ubers or do skip the dishes. They don't want those jobs, but are mad that our immigrants have them. Like, I'm just like, fuck off. Fuck right off.
Yeah, and those are the legal immigrants. Like, a lot of them, like, you know, but yeah, in the States there are a lot, like 1 in 15 families is I can't remember, is like mixed legalities. Like 1 in 15 families has someone without proper paperwork, like living with them. 1 in 15. So that mass deportation day 1 thing is gonna be really fucked up.
Oh yeah, all the farmers and stuff. Like, yeah, it's just
good job.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be.
Yeah, let's get on with our show.
Yeah, on a happy note, I did just want to start this episode by mentioning we will be having a Christmas variety show coming out. So please check out our website. The first tab is there, but I'll also link it below for more information on that. If you want to get involved, if you want to get a commercial space for very cheap donations, and just all about it and when it's going to air and everything like that. And just check that there.
Yeah. Website's opinionlushes.com. Woo! All right, Domri, your job.
What's my job?
You ask what everyone's drinking.
Oh, fuck me.
She forgot last week.
I
So
know.
that's why.
I know. She's like, we
I'm
don't do that
sick.
anymore.
You guys like start talking about something depressed. I'm not thinking now. Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Michelob Ultra beer in a can. Cheap. Gets the job done.
Woohoo! Sonia, what are you drinking tonight?
I was drinking some rum and some Sprite, but then I started getting heartburn. So I had to I switched to coffee.
As you guys know, I'm drinking water, not from the tap, but like from bottled water in a cup. I really wish it was tequila. But because I'm on antibiotics, so I have to stick with
I'm
fucking
Dawn
regular
Marie.
food.
I try to not mix pills and alcohol.
Yeah. You know, it's the bare minimum I could do. I'm like, fuck it.
She thinks she's better than us.
That's right. Why do you always think we're better than that? Is that like, and then there's like that Family Guy meme, and it's
Mm.
we're Meg and Dawn Marie's everybody else.
Mhm.
I'm everyone else.
See what our topics will be. Not a good one. We've done this one.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
Yeah.
please, wheel, don't be broken. But it's been using them. It's been getting rid of them because like the wheels.
Maybe
like,
it was just one you accidentally added twice or something.
maybe.
We're about to find out.
What item would you stockpile if you found out they weren't going to make it anymore?
I hate to be that guy, but that's going to be very relatable to the Americans very soon because of all these tariffs. Okay. I gotta
So
think.
you're going with oil then, right?
Well, just everything. Like you got to think. A lot of merchandise is made and shipped from China, so the people that make that merchandise are gonna have to raise their prices. The consumers are not gonna be able to afford it because they're already poor.
Yeah.
I'm looking around my
Oh.
room for items that I would stockpile.
I'm gonna do period underwear or like period products. I don't want to use rags, man. I feel like that's uncomfortable. I don't want to have to learn how to make my own. I'm just gonna stock up on reusable items, and then I never have to worry.
That's smart. I mean, do you remember during when COVID started and people started stockpiling toilet paper?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just bought a portable bidet. Like I was like, oh, problem solved. If we run out, I couldn't understand that was the first thing they go for. So, especially
why
not
wasn't
period
it like
products.
Yeah, or what canned goods? Like it was toilet paper, not
Like it's not even
item.
the most efficient way to clean your asshole. That's why other countries have other means.
Yeah.
At least it's not scratchy leaves.
I would stockpile coffee.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's a good one because we don't know what the climate change.
Like
Stock at
I
bags and
need
bags.
it. If I don't have coffee, or it's caffeine, no,
How
I
would you
can't function.
store it so it doesn't go bad?
Well, I'd do the beans and then keep them not in like a humid.
I know, but like still things in jars.
No, I would
Nope.
do airlock bags.
Like the
I would,
vacuum
like,
seal?
Vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah. And then freeze it at the same time? Vacuum and freeze?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with
Yeah,
whole
I'm
beans,
planning,
you could
I'm
do that.
planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
That'd probably
How would
make
I-
them last the most. We'd have to try. Maybe we should try this because, like, I wonder if it would
for
change.
I
science.
have coffee beans. I can try this.
I'm just wondering if it changed the taste. You know how sometimes when you like
Oh.
freeze cheese, freeze milk, you
Yeah.
can do those things, but when you pull it out, it kind of changes the texture of the taste a little bit.
Mhm.
It
So I'm
does, yes.
wondering if that happens with coffee beans.
So we'll
I
have to
will
like put it once a
find
month.
out.
Try some. Put them in.
I'll do it.
Do you have a deep freezer?
I do. It's in my
Okay.
kitchen. And I have a coffee grinder and like the actual beans. Like
What kind of is it? The Hutch deep freezer?
Yeah, it's the chest.
Okay, yeah, the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is the best way to freeze your things.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
not the
for less?
fridge looking one. It's not
Okay,
the stand up. It's the chest.
this is important. This is for science. We need to make
Yeah.
sure all the data is correct.
Okay, so I have a deep freezer, and I have the coffee beans.
You have the
What I
vacuum
need
sealer?
though is a vacuum sealing.
Okay,
$80
once-
on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you do that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a bunch of bags of like enough beans to make like a cup of coffee or whatever, however much, and you write like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
Okay,
4 months,
I'm
and you
not
make a
gonna use
new
the
cup
beans
every
I have
month.
now for this. I'm gonna buy fresh beans.
That's
like,
good. And
Good,
don't
good.
grind them.
Controls. That's
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
important in every science experiment.
I know. Like, look, we're thinking, we're getting this through. Okay.
And you have to make sure it's brewed and flavored the exact same way
Every
every
time.
single time.
Yeah.
Black.
Okay.
You have to taste it black.
Yeah, you do.
Black, and then with like 1 milk, 1 sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so
Yeah.
2 cups. Have 2 cups.
Yeah.
Just once a month you do it, and then we see
Okay.
is the change taste this month or this month.
Yeah,
or
you
this
have
month?
to
write
like,
notes.
The coffee
don't be
experiment.
sick
All
because
right.
that like affects your taste buds.
Mhm.
Maybe see if like someone else close to you wants to also try, so that you have like 2 opinions, because someone's
make David
taste
try.
might be slightly different, you know, that kind of thing. So good
For science. So
for
here,
science.
where this is what preppers should be doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to think like what chicken strips, because dealing with my kids without fucking chicken strips, they would die.
we would need to do chicken strips too.
Like I
I
couldn't
mean-
even try to make homemade ones. They would be like,
I was gonna say,
what is
like,
this?
you could attempt to make them.
I do make
But-
them. They do like homemade. Never mind. I can do Crisco. I would need Crisco.
I can make homemade butter.
Yeah, if you had a cow. What if they stop
Okay, no,
making
I mean,
cows?
like, if I had regular milk,
I'll get pregnant. Just
Are you making butter out of human breast milk?
what?
Fat
I'm sure you
content is
could.
not fat enough.
Then I'll just eat a lot of fat, and then it'll.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it into. I'm pretty sure.
What if the hypothetically my body thinks the baby's underweight?
I don't.
Like, would my body
So
then
the
increase
baby?
the fat content? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
you
don't
know, just like if
man.
I get
I've
sick,
watched
my breast
Caleb-
milk will change to help the baby not get sick. So
I'm just saying, I watched
Oh,
Caleb go from
shit,
6 pounds to
guys.
12 pounds, like in a month.
yeah, I think you
You
can.
can't make butter from breast milk.
Yeah,
I
because
do-
like I said, my kid gained 6 pounds in a month when I first had him.
I
Telling you.
breastfed both my kids for almost
Oh.
2 years. Shit's fucking crazy. And your breast milk changes at night to like add more melatonin so that they, you know, sleep. So like we'll have nighttime butter, and it just helps you sleep better.
So like there was like if you get Google Chef Daniel Angerer, and there's recipes on his blog on how exactly to make cheese out of mother's milk. The chef's wife found herself with abundance of pumped breast milk, so they began serving mummy's milk cheese at their own restaurant. I feel
I
like
eat
that's
it. Like,
abuse.
I would eat it. Okay, I never understand why people think breast milk is gross, because I'm like, you're eating titty milk from a cow. Like, I think interspecies milk is a little grosser than same species milk. I think it's
not
just a
telling you,
society
though.
culture thing. Yeah. Okay, if you're ordering mummy's milk,
Maybe
Like, at
the
least ask
cow's name is
questions.
Mummy.
ask questions.
And like people are really gross. Like what I
they
like,
eat.
yeah, what they're eating and stuff. So it wouldn't be as consistent as it is like the slave cows that are required to eat the same thing all the time. And
Yeah,
produce
but I'm
milk,
saying
like,
like you can choose whose breast milk you eat. Like I'm not.
so we're farming people. What did you eat today, Linda?
I would just eat really good food during breast milk time.
Breast
And
milk
I
season.
can still drink because what are you adults gonna get the little bit of alcohol in my
Alcohol
breast?
butter?
I smoke weed, fucking breast milk, and it'd be like, oh, it's cannabis, you know? Like fucking people are gonna care.
Here's the cannabis butter. We get it.
All natural cannabis butter, might I add, not processed.
Oh my
Oh my-
god.
Farm to table. Farm to
How-
table.
How much weed would you need to take for that to go through your
I
system?
don't know. We're gonna have to test
Science. Quick. All right, Jessica, stop breastfeeding
Coming
again.
right
If
off.
I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, I would really like to lactate, can I have some of that medication that helps with that? What do you think she would say?
Oh.
Oh,
You could be
no.
like, oh, I want to be my sister. Like my sister's a surrogate and she wants to breastfeed, but I do really good breastfeeding.
Maybe. She doesn't give me proper health care, so maybe she'll give me improper health care.
Yeah. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Batteries.
Oh, yeah, even rechargeable ones need to be. But the problem is the battery ends up dying anyway. Like if you don't
Eventually,
use
yeah.
it long enough.
Yeah, but like how long is not long enough?
I will check.
Because like you know, I feel like I've had some like old toys still kind of work. So I feel like a battery could last decently as long as it's like taken care of. It's not fucked with.
Wasn't
nothing-
it people like used to keep them in the fridge, eh?
Oh yeah, they did.
How long? Okay, come on. I don't know about a car battery.
I just need enough to like keep my kids entertained for, you know, get them like an old school Game Boy that uses AA batteries and just be like, here you go. I'll see you in 6 years because you're gonna be cranky every day because we're not gonna have your safe foods because it's the apocalypse. I don't know. I figure if one item's going away, eventually all items are going away.
So I'm having everybody agrees with me that battery dies, but
how
knows
long?
has to know like
Up to 10 years in storage.
Oh, okay.
Although a 9V lasts up to 5 years in storage.
why was I
According
not
to-
finding anything?
I put how long does an unused AA battery last?
I put
She
how
got
long
specific.
I did. I said how long can a battery sit without use before dying?
I specified AA battery, and that led me to the Energizer website.
You are
So.
so much better at Google searching than I.
So it says AA, AAA, C, and D lasts up to 10 years in storage, while the 9V lasts up to 5. So I got 10 years. 10 years of
Yeah,
battery stock
there
up.
we go. We are learning things today.
We are a society and culture podcast. Maybe we should add that educational tag too.
Science.
I think at least once each podcast episode we say a factual fact. Like
Compared to all our infactual
yes,
facts.
at least once per episode we give a fact. So I feel like sure that can count.
We'll have to do a focus group. Listen to what did you learn
What was the moral of the story?
for science, for
For
social science.
social science. Ooh, lie. Not to melt anybody, but to like in case I want to make soaps and things, you know, like shampoos.
Yeah.
Like if they stop
I was
making
gonna
those
actually
too.
say
Yeah.
air fresheners or something, like home air fresheners. Like I'm gonna need those still.
Yeah, Febreze.
Yeah.
I gotta like
I need
invade
Febreze.
like take over a Febreze like warehouse. Like, I just- like,
It's our
I need all
first
your
stop.
stuff. Yeah.
Cat
Vinegar,
litter.
cat litter. Well, they can just shit outside.
Yeah.
Not my cats. Have you seen my cats? Like Pumpkin can't even deal with people inside. Like I have no idea how he would go outside.
Yeah, he's on the yard with his paper trying to take a shit, but then like somebody comes up and he gets like Performance
Performance.
anxiety.
Plus, we do have coyotes in the area that like to eat people's small dogs and shit. So
Yeah, no, I don't think cats should be outside cats unless you're
No.
using one as a mouser.
But then you're usually in like an area where it's like you're not near like a bunch of busy roads and
Yeah.
you know you're trying to like lower vermin so a cat that eats vermin is good versus like in a city a cat eating vermin is like destroying ecosystems and committing like bird genocide. So,
Yeah.
like that's the
Yeah.
difference there.
Oh man. And
It's a
like
cat with a job.
yeah, right. Only cats with jobs are allowed outside. The rest of the freeloaders stay inside. You're not gonna be part of society. Go
Home
leave your
prison
house.
for you.
Yeah.
I don't think of what else that I can't live without.
Apparently bottled water,
Yeah.
which will
Just
be
fuck that
soon.
tap
You should
shit.
start stocking up now. The water boys have begun.
But how long does that last? Because I feel like the plastic from the bottle will eventually soak into the water.
Yeah, the breakup. Yeah.
I read that you should change your like bottled water like once a year.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking it up. Factual fact.
That is a factual fact. I heard it from a friend of a friend.
What about like if I got a filtration system?
That's what you should get already. That's what I have. My tap, even though I have an artisan well and I have the cleanest water you can get already, I also have a filter that like filters it out for drinking water. Like my water now is cleaner than when I lived in the city.
Because maybe I would have to stock up on filters then.
Oh, I don't. Kyle takes care of that stuff. He's probably forgotten, so I've probably never cleaned out the filter. But I think it's 3 to 6 months, depending on how dirty.
That's even less time than my 1 year case of water. What the hell?
I was gonna say, yeah, the Brita filters last about 6 months at most. So,
oh, what the fuck?
Well, it's only the bottled water. The filters are still being made.
But like,
Yeah,
okay, if filters stop being made, like, yeah, you could still access bottled water. You're fine. You're fine.
You just go and drink it out of the tap. There's
and
like,
if you stock up on filters, like if you use 2 a year every 6 months, you're
they
stocking
don't
up.
if they're not used.
I don't think so.
Not the filters. The filters
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I'm just doing filters.
It's 6 months of use.
Yeah. Because the particles go through it. But if you're not using them, you're good.
Right. So they're good forever as long as they're not in use. And then once they're in use, only 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess, I'm going back to filtration. Fuck you, bottled water.
I'm going wired headphones with the adapters. Because, like, I can't have the earpieces.
Oh, the earbuds.
Like the in-ears?
Because they all fall. They always fall. So I need something with the cords and stuff. And I need it attached to my phone. Because I've dropped my phone.
Them because eventually they do wear down, so.
Yeah, I've bought all of them. Because I have to change out my headphones like every 4 months. So unenvironmentally friendly. But, like, it's not my fault. They're not made for people who, like, get tangled up while they're sleeping.
Well, and nothing's made well now anyway. Like even compared to like 20 years ago, like shit was meant to last. Like if people have VCRs that still work, but like laptops die after like 3 years.
I can connect them to anymore. So
like it's fucking all shit. So I don't blame you for your headphones being built like shit.
I need them. Yeah, I don't know. I need them.
Hair color.
What color? You're stuck with one color.
My bleach. My fucking bleach.
The fucking bleach, okay? I don't give a shit about nothing else.
That's not a color.
Yeah, that's a lack of.
I need the hair bleach. And then if I had to like add color, then I'll pick a color. But like bleach. I need the bleach.
The peroxide or whatever it is, level 20. Volume 40, whatever fucking language they use.
Yeah, I only use volume 20. Volume 30 when I had dark hair.
Now that it's mostly gray, you're good to go.
Yeah. So I can use a lighter and not kill my hair.
Could you imagine? Like, so I know we're imagining like one product is stopping manufacturing, but I always picture it as like, if one product's stopping manufacturing, eventually a lot of other products are gonna follow suit. So in my head canon, it's like, we find out that like they're no longer making hair bleach, and Dawn's like, Dave, I need to go out and buy as much as I can right now because they are not making it anymore. And he's like, okay, go. She spends all her money on just loads and loads of bleach. And then the next thing, they're like, oh, we can't get food anymore.
Oh, but at least you could color your hair.
So
listen, I'll color my hair. I'll look great, and I will earn someone else's food for us. Okay, like,
perfect.
Fucking
Working girl.
and it's all because of the hair.
Yeah.
So I got plans. It's all good.
There's plans. It's fine.
What would I do with headphones? Like nothing. That's not going to get
headphones
me
are
food.
important. CPUs, graphic cards, computer parts in general. We can only pick one. Hard drive. No. That just stores shit. That's a stupid part. But you need a hard drive to make all the other things work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say weed.
But you can make it. You personally.
No, but what if they say you can't? Like, I don't know if you know. So in the United States, there is copyright on seeds, like on the genetic makeup, right? And only certain genetic makeups are allowed to be made. And they will come to your farm and test that you're not using seeds without permission from the crop you grew. You have to buy the seeds from them because of the copyright thing. So what if they do that for weed?
I would just buy the seeds.
But I'm saying, what if they like take it all away? They're like, oh, there's no more weed seeds. Sorry.
I would go to a jungle and get a weed plant and bring it back.
I would just stock up and like vacuum seal and freeze that shit, you know?
You have to test it. You have to buy a bunch of
I have smoked 6-month frozen weed before. I have in California from my friend whose sister owns weed grower things in California. And you know what? It got us so high. Me and Chris stumbled into an Italian restaurant and spent $80 on cheese plates. So I feel like it burns faster. Like, it's a little more crisper.
A little drier.
But the high is still there. At least at 6 months.
See, but now Domri's doing the coffee test. You have to do the weed test.
Okay. Next weed order, I'll put it in a little bag.
Be like, listen, how much weed can you drop off at my house?
Hey, my weed guys are good. They're good. You know. Sometimes they give it for free just because I ordered enough. So
yeah, just like, here, there's a whole plant. Thank you.
When you move back, I do want you to help me like set up like a grow something somewhere.
Yeah, in your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy peasy lemon juice.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're growing ours in the basement right now, our winter crop.
Yeah, and my friends in Baltimore grow their own the beets. So
what about light bulbs?
I'll go in the dark. I don't fucking care.
I have batteries, so I can use flashlight. Yeah.
But no, because flashlights have bulbs too, like all light bulbs.
I would just have more flashlights. Oh, this one
light
died. I'll go buy another one. there's no light bulbs. I'll just buy a new flashlight.
But there's no light bulbs to put in the flashlight.
Oh, so flashlight production stops too?
It would eventually because
okay. See, this is what I mean. If one thing stops,
yeah. There is a chain of productivity.
Wow, light is good. I mean, I guess it would really depend on how society is at that point because like
if light bulbs are gonna stop, then electricity is gonna stop eventually. Because what would be the point?
Because what about your computer charging your stuff? So like the stuff that's in light bulbs that makes light bulbs go.
No, I
that's
know,
what-
I know. But what I'm saying is the point of having light bulbs is to have light, and like we need electricity for that and whatever.
We can use
And
candles.
I feel people like that make light bulbs would be like,
Let's
Well,
just
they
take
don't-
down all electricity.
It's big electricity's fault.
when people think of electricity, they think to keep the lights on, right? That's where my thought process is going. And like, if you have no light bulbs, then the lights aren't staying on anyway. So why the fuck have electricity?
Your TV glow.
It-
Like,
Okay.
you could. That's
But I'm
what
just
you're,
saying-
you're eating by romantic TV glow.
Or cell phone glow.
There you go.
I'm saying you can always just use candles. Just
You
set
could.
up like you're just watching TV at candlelight now. Like just get all your
But
other stuff done during the day.
I'm just saying now electricity's gone. And now we don't have cell phones. Like
You're
cell
like,
phones can't
I'm
be
fucking
charged.
getting rid of all of
Never
it.
did
Okay,
all
then
of it.
I want matches. I want matches. I want to
Yeah.
stock up on matches. I'm like, oh shit. There's no
Right.
electricity. There's my heat, my cooking shit, my whatever. I can find wood.
Or
and,
we're
like,
gonna have to really
brush.
caveman that shit.
But
if
I
you're
don't
not-
rubbing
how
sticks
controllers
is
are.
flint. Like I don't want to worry about that shit. I just want to
Yeah.
I'm just
You're just like, you start going to people's houses and setting them on fire. Like, you start a love for arsony.
well, you know what? Bring electricity back. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's right, Dawn Marie. It's your fault. You're killing all these people.
To be fair, my
Murder.
weed guy
You
gives
took
me
the
a
fucking
pack.
light bulbs away.
He gives me a pack of matches every time, and I keep them just in case.
See, you're already prepping.
Well, like, see, I got all my
More.
matches that I don't use yet.
Yet. That's why. Keep them dry. Vacuum seal.
Put them in a freezer.
Let's see if they still work in 6 months.
Oh my god, science!
Science. All right, our episode exactly 6 months from this one. Science will be our science episode. We'll let you know if
How
we don't
these
forget.
things work out. Okay, I
Yeah.
gotta write this down.
And then lose the post-it later.
I got a whole sheet of paper.
You can still probably lose the
Papers.
whole sheet of paper.
We're obviously gonna stock up on paper, right?
I have to. My little ASD brain is like, I need to write everything down.
I can't just do typing on phones. I do have to like literally physically
I
write
need to
things.
physically write things. Yeah.
Things like appointments can go in my phone. That's cool. Things I need to write down are like grocery lists. I still, for some reason, I have to literally physically write them.
Yeah, in the
Me
same
too.
way.
It's not the
Because
same.
like I text Dave. I used to text Dave my grocery list, and I'd still miss stuff. So now I have to physically, and then it's like I remember it better.
Do you cut out pictures? Glue them on your paper?
No. If I'm sending him out and there's something specific I need, I will screenshot what it looks like and send it. to
I
him.
do the same thing to Chris. I'm like, I need pads. These ones. Screenshotting,
like-
sending him an exact picture.
Like if it's a certain brand of a food I absolutely have to have, then yes, I will screenshot. If it's just like generic, I don't care. But
I screenshot and Kyle's still like, I don't give a shit. You should have went.
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
Exactly. He's like, they're beans, aren't they? Because I wanted like canned peas and
it's like I want
'Cause I-
kidney beans. What the fuck?
I like, yeah, he got me green beans instead of green peas. He got me green beans, which do not taste the same
They do not.
at all.
They're different.
He's like, oh, it's fine. Like, oh well. Like, sucks to be you. I was like, it does, I guess. Like,
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
yeah.
I guess.
Like, womp womp.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's like we grocery order a lot, like just because like I don't drive, so I can't like bring a whole bunch of stuff back, and so we do orders, and it's always like fun to see like what we actually get and what we don't.
Yeah.
What
What they substitute?
Well, and it's always like, is it the shopper's fault this time or is it the store's fault? Like, which sometimes the shopper is really good and they'll like take pictures and show you. They're like, this is the
Yeah.
right aisle, but it's not here. And other times they're like, is this the same? Or they don't even
Yeah.
ask; they just substitute it automatically. What are you gonna do? Be like, no, like I'm not looking at my phone half the time. I'm just like, sure. And
Yeah.
yeah. So we didn't get any cat litter today.
Oh, and then now you gotta like use sand.
Well, like we fucking switched. I don't know what kind of cat litter you guys use, but we switched to the paper cat litter. Like
Okay.
it's paper. It's like rolled up. It's I don't know. It's compostable, which is why we
Yeah.
switched to it, because Pumpkin's diabetes was making him pee so much that the amount of litter we had to go through was too heavy for our garbage. And you only get one bag a house. So we literally were like, okay, is there compostable litter? Sure enough, there is. So we use like this paper litter that like dissolves and bundles up when it's like pee, and then the poop you just have to scoop out on its own. But I can put it in the green bin.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
yay! It doesn't affect our garbage quotas.
and you're allowed as much compost as you want.
You are, which is why we're like, fuck it, just changing the litter every day. Finally, fuck. But yeah, so they didn't have any, and it's cheap. It's like $10 a bag for like
Yeah.
Oh,
It's good.
nice.
The cheaper way, there's also these wood pellets you can get. You know, if you don't want to do brand, you can just like step on it, it flattens it. We get it for our chickens, but it works for cats too. And it's all
these things look
compostable.
like they're like little paper pellets.
Oh,
but-
okay, then it's probably
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same. Yeah.
But now it's like branded for cats. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, new market.
Cat people are like, yeah, the best for my little baby. Here you go, Snowflake.
I buy the cheap generic, whatever the fuck's on sale. That's what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
crap, that's all I'm doing.
we only change out of necessity.
Yeah.
I would do underwear and socks.
I was gonna say socks.
socks.
Underwear, I'll just fucking go commando. I don't even give a shit anymore. I just
need that-
change
I
my
need
pants constantly.
Like, like I just like I can't be loosey goosey. I need like a little support holding everything in place, and then that barrier from all the fabric protecting it. So like fucking jeans rubbing up on there, that's like the worst fucking carpet burn anyone could ask
I don't wear jeans.
Yeah.
It's like my yogas are good.
Like it's just
Yeah, no, I rather underwear than socks. I don't like socks very much. They're like feet prisons. My feet get too hot. So I literally only wear socks if I'm wearing shoes or I'm in someone else's house.
yeah. I can't go barefoot in someone else's house.
No. I don't know when they wash their floors.
And for like I used to not care about socks, but now I have to wear shoes all the time, like because they have special insoles, so I have to wear socks all the time. And it's my feet are like no, but I'm like the rest of you is like yay. So
Yeah, I'm supposed to wear special shoes, but I'm not ready to give that up yet. Maybe in like 4 years, I'll finally be like,
you know
"Oh,
you're
my
gonna catch
feet."
up to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
your
young.
future. Oh, you poor thing.
I'm just watching it happen. I'm just like, no. I can hold on to my youth. Pop
Yeah,
my
just
knee.
like,
Fuck.
oh, like your hips are gonna start like ripping apart. Your pelvis is gonna start tilting.
I'm gonna do this podcast. I'm like, hey guys.
You like totally like a fucking question mark.
Like, no, I'm fine. How are you? I just had a birthday. Like,
Yeah.
oh man. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else really that I would stockpile. I just wouldn't care. Well, books.
See? Well, like you have a Kindle, or do you mean all literature just stopped?
All literature.
But there's like millions of years
Don't forget,
to catch up
electricity
on.
stopped. Like I just
Wait,
and I'm still living now in daylight.
oh, we're still on. So it's multiple. First they came for your electricity, then they came for your literature. Is that?
Yeah.
No books, right? She's like,
Yeah, but like there's handmade printing presses. Books will still happen. They're just at a shorter level.
No, all books. They're coming for everything. They're banning all the books.
No.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, it's a fascist regime, and they like take
Yeah.
all the books away. They're like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
The
You're
only
just
book
like,
you get is the Bible, but it's audio. Like,
Fuck
it's not.
No,
they
there's
can't
no
read.
electricity. I'm not listening on audio.
Oh,
Like,
right. No, it's speakers. They have special government generators.
Fascist speakers, like they can only control what you hear
Well,
via
The like slave people are on bike going as fast as they
the
could.
government workers.
Oh, sorry.
like it's just, you know, it's all like Handmaid's Tale Gilead, where it's just pictures of things. Like you're not allowed to actually read words. And Dawn's
Fucking
there with like
IKEA.
her underground library. Like people come in, they're like, hey, I got some sugar and some clementines. Like, what can I get for that? And she pulls out, she's like, this is some good smut. Like, bring more.
Those people love me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
You
good.
like take over one of the like giant libraries, like the Vatican.
It has to
I'm
be
sure.
underground.
Yeah.
Because like it's gonna be illegal.
Unless
have
you
a tunnel
manage to
system.
pay the government. Like you pay it for them to turn an eye. It's like they're like, as long as it doesn't become a big thing, we'll let it slide.
It's gonna be a big thing.
Or you're friends with some of like the like guards, like you give them a little brownie, and then
have a special password, you know?
yeah. There has to be something like I feel like everything I pick was like important to me. So I'm gonna pick something not important is chocolate.
Which is fair because of climate change.
Oh, right.
Same
Isn't that at
problem
risk
as
right now?
yeah, same
As
problem
the
as
coffee.
coffee.
Dang.
I agree with
Sour
chocolate,
keys. There. If those are no more, I will go stockpile. Like the watermelon flavor. I think I like those flavors the best. Like it.
Like
I
a
had to
very
pick a flavor.
specific flavor.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I would stockpile, but that would literally just be for Chris because, you know, he has such a sweet tooth, loves sour gummies that I'd be like, okay, they're not making these anymore. I have to go stockpile them. So then anytime he's being a dick, I'll just pull one out and eat it in front of him.
The gift isn't for him. It's to punish him.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, you could have had this if no, I'm kidding.
Like if he does something good, it's like a reward.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like,
in a world that's banning sour keys, okay? I have to be prepared for everything.
Right? Anything can happen. You need to
If you're here living through the apocalypse with me, you better be on your best behavior. I don't know what to tell you.
0 sour keys.
Okay. Well, do we have any last ones before we end this episode?
I think that's it.
Yeah, the most important one.
Yeah.
Well, if we missed anything you would stockpile, remember if you're listening to on Spotify, you can comment and we will read those. So like feel free to comment on the episodes, but we also comment on our YouTube and our Patreon if you happen to go there, where Stephanie Hurst is hanging out as a VIP. But you can join at the $2 tier or even the $5 tier, where you get access to our pre-drinks episodes, which is what we record before we start actually recording. So yeah. And again, make sure to check out opinionatedlushes.com for information about our Christmas variety show, what charities we are supporting, and if you want to get involved in that.
Sounds great.
Cool. Yeah. And did I miss anything? Are we good?
I don't think so. You did good. You had your list.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening out there, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.